Are the Detroit Pistons the worst number one seed ever? Well, we're going to talk about it in this video. We'll cover Detroit at Orlando in Game 4, and we'll also cover Minnesota at Denver in Game 5. Let's get it started with the Pistons coming off a loss by a score of 113 to 105 in Game 3. And the story there was Cade Cunningham continues to struggle. He scored 27 points, but 8 of 23 shooting, 3 of 10 from beyond the arc. The Pistons shot just 44% from the field, 34% from three-point range. Jalen Duren continued to struggle, scored just 8 points on 3 of 10 shooting. And the Pistons have a really checkered history against the Magic. They've now lost 4 of the last 16 head-to-head meetings, and they're 1-8 straight up in their last 9 at Orlando. The Pistons need to get back to playing defense, muddied it up a little bit. After all, they did have the number 3 ranked defense in the NBA in the regular season, allowing opponents to average 109.6 points per game. The only game they won in these playoffs so far, Game 2, a 98-83 win over the Magic. I think if they're going to win this game, it's got to be a low score. They really need to get back to just grinding it out on defense. The Magic shot 40% from the field, 45% from beyond the arc in Game 3. Paolo Banchero, 25 points, 6 of 17 from the field. But Desmond Bane also with 25 points, 9 of 18 from the field, 7 of 9 from three-point range. We can expect some regression there from Desmond Bane. If you guys caught yesterday's game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors, quite a similar situation, 2 Eastern Conference teams, a Game 4, one team trying to tie the series. You look at the score at halftime in that game, 38-36. I was rubbing my eyes thinking the ticker must be wrong. Look into it a little bit further. No, they were just playing lights out defense in that game. I expect to see a similar pace and a similar style in a very similar game here in Orlando between the Pistons and the the Pistons and the Magic. I'm a little bit shocked that the Magic have been as good as they have in the playoffs. They came limping into the playoffs, losing the first play-in game, then sneaking in with a win in the second chance game. Their coach was on the verge of getting fired. They had a pretty terrible season overall, well below expectations. All the credit to the Magic. They're playing well. I still believe if the Pistons play the type of defense they played all season long, they should be able to win this game and even the series. But for me, the best bet is going to be under the 214.5. I think we're going to see a low score in Game 4 in Orlando. Before we talk about the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, let me tell you about a promotion we have available for this summer at WagerTalk.com. Of course, it's the Summer Spectacular, $594 in savings. Every play in every sport from today through August 31st. Of course, that will include Week 0 college football. For those of you who aren't aware, I cover Week 1 and Week 0 every game on this channel. Have done that for a couple years now. Great success doing that, especially last year. Week 0 was phenomenal for us. Check that out on the YouTube channel. But how about the NBA playoffs? I'm on a 16-5 run now with the NBA. And if you're not following me on Twitter, you should be at Jesse Schule. Check out my pinned tweet. We talk about, or this article discusses my decades-long history of winning in the NBA playoffs. How about the NHL playoffs? I'm still 100% perfect in the NHL playoffs. I believe I'm on an 8-0 run with my NHL plays. So we're getting it done on the ice as well. Major League Baseball, also the number one top 4% and 5% handicapper with Major League Baseball since 2022. So we're getting it done with baseball as well. Perfect 3-0 with the client plays on Sunday. But let's talk about the World Cup, because this June, in the middle of the summer, we're going to have some excitement. It'll be the World Cup. And the last World Cup, I hit 71% in the tournament. Of course, that was good enough to finish number 1 on WagerTalk. No fluke. I am the number 2 all-time profit handicapper in the sport of soccer. I'm joining forces with Ben Burns, and you can get all my soccer plays from today through the World Cup, along with all Ben's plays, for just $299 for the both of us. Ben Burns has never lost a 5% play in the sport of soccer. I imagine he'll have a few for the World Cup. You can only get this at picksandparlays.net, my page or Ben's page. And with that, let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. Minnesota in full control of the series with a 3-1 series lead. They come into Denver as 11.5-point underdogs. Has anybody been watching this series? No way I'm laying 11.5 points with Denver. I'll get that out of the way right now. The total sits at 222.5. Minnesota won game 4 by a score of 112-96. Now, of course, they did lose Dante DiVincenzo in the opening minute to an Achilles injury. He's gone for the rest of the season, of course. Anthony Edwards, just 5 points on 1 of 8 shooting in 18 minutes, hyperextended his knee. I do have pending futures on the Denver Nuggets to win this series. Obviously, that was before the series started, so I'm not liking the way it's unfolded here. But one of the reasons why I wanted to bet on Denver is I knew that Anthony Edwards wasn't healthy coming in to this series. I didn't expect his knee to hold up for the entire series. And I'm not cheering for anybody to get hurt, but that injury is not anything new. It's not a surprise. It was somewhat expected. That said, I mean, they're not winning this series. Minnesota's not up 3-1 in this series because of Anthony Edwards. They're up 3-1 in this series because their defenders, Rudy Gobert and company, are shutting down Denver's big guns. Joker can't hit a shot to save his life. And as long as Rudy Gobert and the defense keeps doing their job, I don't know. You look at the odds for Minnesota to win this series right now. I know they have the injuries, but they just have to win one of the next 3 games. -150. Now I'm already on Denver. I'll be cheering for Denver, but at those odds, you have to think Minnesota is worth a stab to win one of the next 3 games at -150. Ayu Dosunmu comes in, scores 43 points on 13 of 17 shooting, 5 of 5 from beyond the arc. I don't want to hear any complaints about my pronunciation of his name either. Save that for somebody else. As shocking as it is to see this kid come off the bench and score 43 points, he is the best shooter on the team. He shot 52% from the field in the regular season, 41.4% from beyond the arc. So the kid is a shooter. He did lead the team in shot attempts in game 4, and his points total for this game, 20.5. If he's going to get the shots, and if he is the quality of shooter that he appears to be, you have to like him to go over that 20.5. Again, I'm rooting for Denver, so I'll just throw that out there for you guys. I'm not going to be on that bet. 3 of the 4 games in the series has gone under the total, and I really, with the injuries, with Anthony Edwards out, I don't expect Dosunmu to score 43 points in this game. Jamal Murray is the lone bright spot for the Nuggets, 30 points on 10 of 25 shooting, 3 of 7 from 3-point range in game 4. The Joker, once again, 24 points, 8 of 22 shooting. Rudy Gobert appears to have his number. Denver shot just 38% from the field, 21% from 3-point range in game 4. That being said, they're back home. They are 12-1 in their last 13 home games. I think they can win this game. I don't know if they can cover. I think the best bet is under 222.5. So we're taking the under in the Pistons Magic. We're taking the under in the Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. You got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.